How's everyone doing here today? Thank you for watching. Well, the news is out. Jeffrey Epstein, the notorious, sexual predator, who was at one point a while back apprehended and died in prison. Recently in the news, they released some documents of his, which had a list of some pretty powerful people that he had associated with, and that may or may not have been involved in his crimes. I don't know yet. I'm not a legal expert. I haven't been following the case that closely, but I did notice something which is not too surprising, which I was talking about a friend of mine, is that there were obviously two particular names that stood out, two former presidents, Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. And before we even saw or heard of anything on Fox or from some other people in the political arena, it's kind of what we expected. The double standard, of course, meaning, justice for thee, but not for me, okay? And what was the first thing we said? What will they say? Bill Clinton, criminal, this and that, pervert, lock him up, all this other stuff, cheated on his wife, bad person. Oh, and look, he's now been hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, and when Donald Trump's name came up, he'll be like, oh, fake news, this and that, Donald didn't do anything wrong, he didn't know. Oh, what, there's a videotape of Donald and Epstein? It's AI. It's not him. It's an actor. It's Alec Baldwin, Steve Buscemi, anybody but Trump. And on Fox, I don't know, I didn't watch the actual coverage of it from what I heard. Yeah, of course, they went on a whole triad against Bill Clinton, of course, and didn't say anything. Another person who was pretty outspoken about it was Marjorie Taylor Greene, of course, Trump's favorite bootlicker. And, she, again, started going with the grills on Twitter. I don't have the tweets in front of me, but when she did and later heard about Donald Trump's name was on that list, of course, she kind of tried to put cover for him and backtrack a little bit and stuff like that because, well, that's what MAGA is. Of course, you're going to always find yourself contradicting yourself or being very one-sided or finding yourself in a two-tiered moment where, you're attacking one but not the other. In other words, if a Democrat does something wrong, or allegedly wrong, I should say, throw the book at him. A Republican, will just kind of turn a blind eye to it. Donald Trump's name was on that list? I had no idea. Oh, I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for that. I'm sure all the MAGA heads are going to put in the comments either making fun of me or trying to excuse Donald Trump. Now, just to be clear, I'm not a legal expert, and as I said, I haven't really been following it that closely. And to my knowledge, the names don't necessarily mean that they committed any crimes. I don't know what the involvement was. I really don't. Did Bill Clinton do anything wrong, illegal? Was he aware of it? I honestly don't know. I'd say the same thing for Donald Trump. In all fairness, I don't like the guy. But I'm not going to automatically say, oh, well, he must have done something. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. So all I can say is let things unfold. And just to make it more general, just to be fair, if either one of them or anyone else on that list, regardless of what their title is or how wealthy they are, if they were somehow involved in Epstein's crimes knowingly and regardless of how much of a degree they did, should they be held accountable? Absolutely. That's up to, and especially including, Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Now, of course, the right's never going to do that because, again, it's all, they moan and groan about the two-tier justice system, but they want the two-tier justice system. It already is two-tiered. I'll give them that. Just not the way they want it. They want it where, all law and order for the Democrats, especially when they do something wrong. Republicans, they get a pass. And somebody else made an interesting point. Well, let me just say this. And again, this is maybe taking a cheap shot, but it's true nonetheless. Of the two former presidents, both were impeached. One of them twice. I don't think I need to say who. And the other one, not too long ago, was recently found guilty of sexual assault. Now, again, I'm not assuming anything. That doesn't automatically mean he's guilty of whatever Epstein did, whatever alleged involvement he might have had. Again, I'll be fair. I'm going to say, let's just let it play on, see what it happens. But, overall, the optics, it doesn't look good. Now, Somebody else made an interesting point, which you're not going to hear Fox or The Right talk about, is there was a certain name that was not on that list. Do you know who that name is? You know. Come on, you know. You ready for it? Oh, you're going to play that game? Okay. Joe Biden. His name was not on the list. Could you imagine if it was, or Barack Obama, or Hunter Biden? Oh, forget about it. It'd be a feeding frenzy. But, of course, his name's not on the list. So, again, I'm not going to make any speculation or assumptions about Clinton or Trump or anyone else who's on that list. I didn't see the list. I didn't hear about any other names. One of Trump's lawyers, I think it's Alan Dershowitz. Again, let's just wait and see how it plays itself out. But, of course, we're already seeing the the hypocrisy on MAGA, the whole double standard on Fox. What else is new, all right? But we should talk about it and call it out for the BS that it is, because it ain't right. So, accountability across the board. You don't like it? You shouldn't be in politics. That's all. So, anyway, thank you for watching. I really hope you understand.